Just want to do a quick overview. This is on a whirlpool washer, brand new actually, and maybe just a little history on obviously the modular, which has the motor and the drain pump and all that stuff and the belt. Whirlpool came out with those I think after the Cabrio, and the Cabrio had a stator just like this guy does, and you know, very reliable. LG uses a stator, Samsung uses a stator as well, and stator and rotor. So very reliable, very capable, very strong. So the only thing I find with a lot of these, but mainly Whirlpool, is customers tend to overload, and when those springs are pushed all the way down, you can end up with that stator rotor, the part that spins, hitting the ground. So you have to be mindful with that. Also, I've seen stuff into the pump or the tub to pump hose, and then it goes down to the pump. So other than that, they're pretty reliable. Those shocks, they have improved, changing the shocks. Used to be you have to lay the machine down, raise the top, and just a pain. Now you see that little slot right there in the side of the tub. You can actually remove the top and remove your spring from the top, and you can slide it out. So very smart. Samsung has that as well, and LG. So all right guys, that was just a quick one. I will show you the rest of this machine, and I think it's a great looking unit. This will be for sale, so we just gonna put this back over here. All right guys, let me tuck this back. So like I was mentioning, this one also, I think, so that says Maytag, but of course, you know, it's Whirlpool. And other issues I've been kind of having with some of these units are the board, the main board. So if you do have one of these, get a surge protector, plug them in. That will protect your unit from getting a bad board. I do love the 2-in-1 agitator, and you have a wash plate or pulsator, and you put it back in, you have a agitator. So good job on that, Whirlpool. What else? You have your spray, you press that and you can spray water. So I think overall, pretty smart machine. My main things with them is just the longevity on how they last and how they operate, and so far so good. I can't say I've had bad issues. I think on the previous model I've had a few garments would get caught under the agitator, and I do notice sometimes coins, but again, that's user error. The coins, not emptying your pockets, is a big deal. But definitely coins getting into the pump, you know, again, you can't avoid everything, but I wish they would have either a I guess closer tolerance, I guess, so you don't have that, just in case. But you just have to be careful with coins. So other than that, these two are very similar, other than and these, by the way, when the board goes on this, it will be just blank. It will not do anything, and sometimes the lid will be locked, won't be able to open. So if that happens with you, then replace the board, and automatically you will see the lid. It will unlock right away. So, and that will be your telltale sign. Yeah, and pretty much the same thing with this guy. You can get the lid lock as well. This guy's locked, so he's still taped up. So, all right, guys, that's my quick little tidbit on them. One last thing, when it comes to overloading, I tell my customers, don't overload. Manufacturers, they give you a large tub and customers just stuff them, and no one tells anyone how much they should put. I tell customers half or less than half. For one, that water line, that line up top, you should not go above that. And you see those dimples? I like to keep them halfway in the dimples. So it's just a rule of thumb. Machine will last longer and it actually washes better when you don't overload it. Third, thanks for watching. Now this generation, it's the Bravos, and I think, yes, this also has the stator. What I've noticed with these guys, sometimes you'll have an error. In fact, I have a video detailing how to fix it, where the machine will not, it will power up, but you won't be able to do anything, or basically the user interface has corrosion. So I do have a video on that, how to deal with that. This is in the warehouse, so it's a little dusty. And of course you have the large drum. With this agitator or pulsator, the issue usually with that is while the machine is washing, this would be spinning, or not spinning, sorry, because that moves the clothing. So when the clothing can't move, well, the transmission is twisting, but that's not moving because it has worn out. So Whirlpool has redesigned that to make it better. Yep. So, and the lid switches on these are pretty hardy as well. And model number is there. So, still fairly new machine. So this is the other Cabrio. This one is a platinum. It's been in the warehouse. It's kind of dusty, so just want to show you what it looks like. And if you go underneath, you will see that the design, there it is, that's the stator. That is the stator, and that's what Whirlpool first started with. This one has a bad bearing. You can see the water, slight water, the rusting coming through. So this drum is probably super loud. I haven't even, I don't remember checking this one. You can check your drum by spinning it, and if it's super loud, this one's actually locked up. So that's definitely, oh, turned. Okay, you hear that? Yeah, super loud. Bearing's gone. So we'll have to do a bearing job on this one. And that's the pretty much the first generation Cabrio. And Whirlpool has brought them back. Yep, very good machines. I wanted to do just to show you basically how well Whirlpool has designed this new generation of washers. And this is the inner basket and all those ridges. This was a new drum actually. It's just, we left it out. We're not going to use it, but that's all metal and it's cast in plastic. So the metal is covered in plastic, aluminum, and those never wear out. It's just heavy duty. And There's the drum. Beautiful drum, actually. They just don't wear out. This was removed from a washer. It's just been sitting, so it looks used, but it's brand new. And when the transmission, which I'll show you shortly, is inserted, there's a nut, heavy-duty nut, which holds them both together. So pretty hardy machine. I definitely like these machines. So this is the new transmission stator, and I was mentioning it. As you can see, the shaft is sturdy and it's pretty massive. The nut that holds it on is actually old design from direct drive type washers 20-something years ago. My dog, Ruby. And so this is, that's the seal, but very, very strong, sturdy, and the drum that sits on that shaft is all aluminum and very, very, very robust design. And of course, the stator motor, that's what it looks like. And this is a brand new unit, actually. So that's what it looks like. So it's a pretty hardy machine. So just don't overload them, and should last you a pretty good long time. And get a surge protector.